trying to solve some of the problems that are going on in the country and outside of the country. We're doing very well with respect to other countries really behaving on taking the criminals that they sent into our country, and we're getting them out. These are some of the worst people on earth, and they're getting out and they're being accepted back in their countries, as you've heard, without exception. So,
well, okay. He's calling this his country. I don't understand. These people are guiltier than their forefathers, right? Yes, they are. Because they know they had nothing to do with making a deal to live in this country. They're living in this country based on an overthrow of the people. And people died, people were murdered, lands were taken, the people were replaced, and their identity was stolen and given to other people. This is he that sit on many waters. I wouldn't call these people, they're Americans in Germany, Russia. No, this is one people, Idumea. They sit on many waters, and they do the same thing everywhere they go. Right? So they're claiming everywhere they are, they're claiming that they are the original people. This is their land. God gave this to them. Okay. So what that leads me to understand is to know, we know that they are Edomites, because the blessing that they are claiming was given to Esau, their forefather, to rule the world and to by the sword, and to get everything they have gotten through evil, nefarious acts, rape, robbery, murder, identity theft, making laws, enforcing the people who they've conquered, forcing their children, their education, forcing their children through education and laws to believe that they, don't have an identity. They don't have a past, and they don't have a heritage. Jeremiah 17:4-5. The heritage would be stolen from them. Right? So these are the people that sit on many waters. These are the people who God has designed their end to where they will destroy each other. And the people that are left, the people that were victims to these people, will go ahead and rule the world in all eternity. Go ahead and enjoy the world without them in eternity. Okay, so let's keep listening.
A lot of people thought that was not going to happen, but it's happening very full force. And we're getting some very, very dangerous people out of our country, which is very important. Will, perhaps we'll go through the first one, please.
Yes, sir. So earlier today, before the press came in, you signed a commission appointing Chris Wright to be your next Secretary of Energy. We have another commission prepared for your signature, sir. This is Doug Collins to be Secretary of the VA. Doug Collins of Georgia.
Two very good men.
Now, did you hear what he said? Two very good men. The Bible said there's none good but the Father. Jesus had his reason for saying that. Yahweh had a reason for saying that. And this is part of the reason. They claim to be good. They claiming to be gods on the earth. Two very good men. They are good according to whose standard? Their own standard, their own laws, to make America great again. They're good for that purpose, to continue to enslave and not to care about the old, the gray hair, the feeble people. The wicked is in power now, all the way. They're in all the way. There's no more disguising behind politics or behind religion. They are claiming the whole earth. They're claiming the world. They make new laws and make us follow them. And if we resist them and say, no, we're free, God gave us freedom and dominion over our world like he gave you guys, then they say, well, you must have mental illness or something. We have to put you on medication and eventually you're going to die because you are these strange people who have these strange laws. And every time we try to unite as one, you stand up and say, God gave us the title deed to the earth. Okay? So they claim we're retarded and we're crazy for not wanting to bow down to them. And that's not, some people say, well, they miscalculate. No, they're not miscalculating. They're saying you got to be crazy to stand up and want to die because we're going to delete you if you don't bow down. Get down or lay down. Get down or lay down. You don't voluntarily bow to us, we will lay you down. That's what these terror thugs, demons, that's what they're saying to us. But see, the problem is, Wisdom of Solomon said that they not thinking right. And at the very least, what they are doing is nailing the last nail in their coffin. To claim to be God and take his world, take his vineyard, and don't give him any of his precious grapes, his precious vineyard. You don't give him his portion, which is Israel. You take them into captivity too, along with, he gave you dominion just like he did everybody else to rule your world, not everybody else's world too. He said you can go, the blessing is that you can go anywhere you want, and if you're there, nobody's going to meddle with you, and you can enjoy the land, and you can protect yourself by the sword. We'll make sure you protect yourself because you don't have any melanin. The sun is against you. The world is against you because you are the devil. And you're not going to live by any laws and rules that I made that people should live by to get along with each other. You're not going to get along with anybody. You'll fight yourself. You rape and murder your own family members. You eat your own family members for food if you get too hungry. You eat blood. You claim to be God of everybody and protectors of everybody. And you know morals, you know what morals are better than God's old law. That law's old, them laws is old. We got some new laws to help us get along better under the thumb of the devil. That's what you're saying. So yeah, this is it. Let's listen.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Next up, in light of numerous actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibit a deep anti-American bias, we have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. More generally, the executive order calls for a review of American involvement and funding in the UN in light of the wild disparities in levels of funding in the United States from the
Okay, what we're going to look at here is they're withdrawing their participation with human rights. In other words, they don't believe in human rights because the people, their allies, and everybody here are saying you have God's chosen people in in captivity. You stolen their land and murdered and taken their resources. Now you're being very inhumane to those people while you're running around the rest of the earth trying to tell us how to treat people. And you have God's chosen people over there in your possession. And the Bible says when God gets fed up with you and come back and he find his people in your hands, you're going to have to pay the price, and we don't want to be a part of that. We're saying let his people go. And they're saying, well, we're no longer part of your Human Rights Association. We're not listening to nothing you're saying. We're coming for everybody. That's the thing right there. People know, the nations know that this renegade here is as the United States, this man is standing in as the United States is being revealed. This is their whole purpose. Every one of them, their whole purpose of taking over the government here is so they could do what he's doing right now. That's what the first one did, George Washington, down to all 47 presidents. There were black presidents. There were black presidents before the United States. George Washington chopped down the cherry tree. That's what that means, in case you don't know, is that they overthrew the Morocco government here. Obama told you that. We gave them their first visa to come over here and start a new life away from Britain, because they said Britain's government wasn't treating them right. Declaration of Independence, right? So in 1776, they signed a treaty with us. Benjamin Franklin and all those people, saying that they would not violate our human rights. That's what the Peace and Friendship Treaty is. Them swearing an oath that they would not violate, by their governing themselves, would not force us into their jurisdiction. That's exactly what they've done. And so what he is saying, the Constitution, yeah, that's fine. He'll hold that up. But what he has just said is that we're going to renege on that, violating your human rights. We're not with that. We're not under those checks and balances no more with the rest of the world. We don't care what they think. We're coming after you guys too. We're going to keep doing what we're doing here in Azareth. Azareth, the name of this land. God called it Azareth. Look at 2nd Ezra, I think it's 1347. 2nd Ezra 1347. He called it Azareth. 47 down through 50 something. You'll find it. It's the account, in case you don't know, of how Christopher Columbus found, how he knew that the 10 tribes were already here in America. They left. About 2 million of them left. So everybody knew they were over here. They left. They disappeared from that side of the world. Everybody knew where they were. Everybody on that side, where life originated, knew that 2 million people had disappeared. That was a lot of people back then. They knew where they were, where we were. So he's saying, they already signed off. We're not a part of human rights. We don't believe in human rights anymore. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Let's look again. I ran it back. Let's look at it again.
Next up, in light of numerous actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibit a deep anti-American bias, we have an executive order.
See, he's saying they exhibited deep anti-American biases. They exhibited these anti-American biases. They're saying, no, you're treating those people inhumane. He said, in light of that, this is what they did.
Prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council,
You hear what he just said? Withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council. In other words, they are not participating in that council on treating humans with rights anymore. Humans being us, they're in our land. They're signing off. We're gonna see if the Democrats gonna sign off to this. Remember, I'm reporting this. I've been teaching all this time about the Constitution, and the first time I went out on the streets to teach, I was attacked by 2 black women because their grandmas were Jehovah's Witnesses. I deleted that video. I should have left it up there because I cussed them out. I cussed them out when they attacked me. Swung, knocked my phone out of my hand, my camera out of my hand. You know, I didn't want to hit them back. And then there was some homeless white dudes wanting to help them attack me. I had to reach into my duffel bag like I was pulling out. I didn't have my weapon then. I didn't carry it on me. I carry it now, you know. But I'm not out on the streets. But anyway, and I got the police involved just to show them, because I probably was one of the first people in this city on the streets teaching. The rest of the guys came later, but by that time, the police and everybody had got word of us. They were watching us on YouTube. But I was the first one to get attacked here in this city by the police. You know, they pretend they couldn't find the footage of. It was right downtown under the Circle Monument, under the Circle Mall, Circle City Mall. The main entrance, they say the cameras wasn't working down there. But they had the babies with them, so I didn't press charges. And, you know, and I knew it was that's what the devil wanted to do, is have us fighting. But they were really scared, and we did get the police, and a bunch of police came out because we was at the bus terminal, city bus terminal, and they were really afraid. They were young, like 18 and 19, maybe 20. They had the child with them, so that would have caused another problem. But anyway, I've been teaching that we're going to have to get politically involved with these people. It's in all through the scriptures. That's the only way we can come away from them. They won't let us go. That's the only way we can come away from them, is gather up and say, we are not under your jurisdiction anymore. Let the chips fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they may. We trust in God to defend us against you guys while y'all got all this artificial power and y'all using these drones and guns and sneak attacks and your laws, cutting off the water and the food. You're controlling everything that we need for resources. So it would be crazy for us to say, well, we don't want to eat no more. We have to have another source of power. And a lot of people do not look at the Most High's power as our power and our Nisi, what's that? Jehovah Nisi, Nisian, the all-breasted one, the all-nourisher, the nurturer. They don't understand that because they just got one name for God. But the Israelites had a lot of names for God. He's got his name, but he's also I am that I am. Okay? He's I am that I am. That's my Christian learning there. You gotta read the Bible, man. It's good to know every angle of the Bible, because the devil know the Bible. He know how to angle it on you. So that's what they're saying. We're not participating in the Human Rights Association anymore. We're not human. We're not human.
Would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. We have an executive order prepared. Actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibit a deep anti-American bias. We have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United...
Look at his expressions. Look at his expressions. Look at his expressions. For some reason, it's like, what's that look on his face? The expression don't fit, the moment. They are doing what they think is right, but look at Donald Trump's expression, like, I'll be damned, I'm going to have to pay for this. I'm going to have to pay for this with my life. Hey, they know what they're doing, man. They don't want to do it. It's almost like their arm is being twisted to do evil. They're like stuff they know that they're going to have to pay for, man. He's going to have to pay. They all know it. This dude standing up here reading, man. Hey, man, they under a strong delusion. They're under a strong delusion. But somehow in the back of their mind, they know they're going to have to pay for this shit, man, that they doing to God, man. They're stealing God's identity. Didn't y'all know that? Y'all are stealing the Most High God, your creator. Y'all stealing his identity. I tell you what, read the parable of the vineyard and the husbandman. Not the one where it said he sent laborers into the field to work, and some of them started sooner than others, and they were wanted. I think the point is that everybody getting paid the same. Not that one. It's the part about them. God lending. He loaned the vineyard out to the workers, right? And when he went to get his pay, which was the Israelites, the vineyard is the Israelites. He loaned us out to them, to the world. He loaned us out. That's what the Bible's talking about when it said we are to be a blessing to the whole world. They quote that to us a lot. The Christianity quotes that to us. Y'all messed up because God, y'all supposed to be a blessing to the earth, and y'all failed at it. Yeah, okay. Wait till the captain comes. But anyway, he loaned the vineyard out to them. Yeah, we've been in y'all had all of us in captivity. And we had the law, which was the blessing, and y'all didn't want to hear it. Look at the addition of Esther. Y'all didn't want to hear it. Y'all said these weird, strange people with this law keep stopping us from enjoying the earth. Right? So we have been a blessing to you. And he gave y'all a commandment. Whoever curses Israel will be cursed. And whoever blesses Israel, nobody blessed us. We never had a chance to rule in your kingdom. We never got our fair share, our land, our heritage. Y'all stole all of that from us. Every one of y'all did that had us in captivity. And the Edomites, y'all are the border of wickedness. Y'all are the most wickedest things on the earth right now. And y'all know who y'all are. But for the algorithm, I'm going to say Edomites. But everybody know who y'all are. Y'all have been revealed on the earth. That's why you say there's no need for us to play this religious charade. The politics is your law. Politics is your law. That's a part of your law, so you're not going to give that up. We're going to have to come against it and declare we're not under your jurisdiction. And wait and see if God is going, if we're doing the right thing. No, we still got to stay in slavery till God says come out of slavery. He's in the Bible right here, read it, y'all. Still in slavery. Got to go to white man for everything. See? We're going to keep your law, Mr. White Man. Well, if you keeping his law, you breaking God's laws. So everybody, purple people, General Yohana with your 501c3, all of y'all that say we're going to keep y'all laws, you better get like that group of purple people that said we know we're going to have to be revolutionaries in this thing. There's going to be some red rum and some blood's going to be shed. Our blood is going to be shedded. Their blood is going to be shedded if they attack us. We're going to have to go down with the ship. And thank God for those men, those Jamaicans and Haitians that's working with IUIC. They did that video, and that was the first time I seen real men in that group, because everybody else is scared and they love their life. And you're scared and you think you're not going to have to be the ones that lead us out to battle against these fools. When did the Israelites ever not be the ones that lead the people to battle once they gathered up? Y'all problem is y'all saying if we don't gather up, we won't have to lead these. We won't have to leave our life, leave Egypt and go. Nobody wants to be a Moses. Nobody wants to be a savior. Y'all go out here teaching and teach who we are. But the Bible says you got to leave the foundations of salvation and move into a deeper knowledge of God, a deeper work of God. Y'all don't want to move out of that place, man. Because y'all happy there. You safe. Your police is leading the purple group. And he still got friends on the police force. And they know, okay, this purple group, they ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna keep the law so we can lighten up off there. Let them go out here and preach their gospel or whatever they think it is. It's not gonna change these politics. It's not gonna take our foot off their neck. Because we're the devils. And the only way you're gonna beat the devil, you gotta resist the devil to make him flee. Resist what? Him trying to make you eat selling pork. You ain't gonna stop him from selling pork. You haven't been successful at that yet. Shrimp, crab, lobster, shooting you down in the streets. You've done nothing to resist the devil. As a group, as a nation, you got to stand up and resist him by saying, we will not keep your laws. We're going to establish God's laws. If y'all want to kill us, then come on, bring it. None of these groups will do that. Let's look one more. Let's go back, and I'm not gonna hold you much longer.
States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. More generally, the executive order calls for a review of American involvement and funding in the UN.
Okay, you see, this is prophecy being furthered. This is further prophecy. They're disconnecting from their allies in the UN. The UN is going to be a great part of those people, a big part of those people that's going to send nukes over here to destroy Babylon. And this is the beginning of it. And you know, I wouldn't say the beginning because NATO is being led by God. So they saw the United States coming. They knew, even with Ukraine, they knew that the United States is a bunch of hype. They don't treat their allies right. And that's down to every one of them. If you've got a next door neighbor, as long as you're enemy with Esau, he respect you. But as soon as you become his friend, he start misusing you. That's every one of these people. You be their friend and watch and see they misuse you. You be their foe and you say, hey, you stay on your side, I stay on my side. The minute you violate me, I'm going to treat you like you treat me. Then they'll stay the hell away from you and treat you right. They don't go mess with his grass. Leave his border alone. Don't cut over and shorten his border. That's so and so over there. He'll destroy us. He'll come. He'll fight back. He fight back. We respect him. We respect North Korea. They fight back. They a little short people, rocket man, but he'll fight. Don't mess with him. They cowards, man. That's how cowards think. That's how they talk, man. And they hide behind their shields. Donald Trump is their shield right now. This little man here that's reading the thing off, they love Donald Trump. He's their shield. He said, I'll stand before you and stand before and play God and be God and take God's identity. And y'all can just follow me in. That's how all of their so-called political heroes have done. And the rest of the people just follow one man in. He'll run in like a hero, swinging his sword, and they'll follow behind him. Whatever he conquered, they will hold it, right? A spam call all the time. And that's another thing they're doing. They're trying to get you to participate in their government. They need participation from other governments. to help them stand as a united front. They're posing as a united front, but they're not united. They're all for themselves, man. Let's listen to this. Wait. Let's go.
Review of American involvement and funding in the UN in light of the wild disparities in levels of funding among.
Wild disparities in levels of funding. It's wild, just been out of control, right? He's talking about Joe Biden and all the other presidents that did what he's about to do. Keep funding. Keep funding. They're posing right now. They're posing. They're setting up props and posing for the cameras. So they're trying to reset this thing again, because they know down to the little children, all the work that they've done, brainwashed us with their education, made us think that their laws were justice on the earth. In other words, God said, follow the laws of the land. They set the laws. The laws of the land is the Mosaic law. That's God set the law. It could never fail. The law never passed away. It's just people stopped keeping the law. And people, he said they thought to change, what's that, is that Revelation? Thessalonians? They thought to change Daniel's. They thought to change the laws. Daniel's. They thought to change the laws. And they re-educated you on who you are and who they are. And that took some tweaking over time. They had to put that in your education books from first grade, kindergarten on up. They taught you about slavery and who's the masters, right? That's the subliminal message. It's almost a message of warning. You too small to fight God. That's the message. Okay, so they stopped the funding. All of those people who say they participate in human rights, they stopped participating. They cut the funding off. That's what he's saying.
Different countries that, as you've expressed previously, is deeply unfair to the United States.
So he's saying.
So I've always felt
Okay.
that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has. There are great hopes for it.
You hear what he's doing? You see what he's doing? Y'all say this man is dumb. He ain't dumb. He wasn't reading no. He ain't reading no teleprompt from way back wherever he's at. Look at his eyes squinching up. They got to tell him what he's signing. They telling the public. But he's already been, he ain't dumb. If they rehearsed him on it, he's not dumb. He's gaslighting the UN. He's saying y'all got potential, but somehow when y'all decided to tell these Negroes that they have rights, and we not supposed to be ruling over them like that, and they are the chosen people on the earth, talking to Russia too, then, yeah, okay, we'll say that too, but we're still in power over you and them. We're going to cut your money. We're going to show y'all who got the power, man. When y'all don't have the powers and your lights and stuff can't come on, you can't put food in your refrigerator for your kids, your water's tainted. When we turn it back to where your worst conditions. We remember we got the good conditions, and we can turn your worst conditions on. We can send you back to the place. Remember the time zone when we released you from slavery and y'all didn't have nowhere to go, no houses. We had took all your houses and all your land and all your livestock. We killed your animals that you was eating. We killed all of them. You can't touch our deer. We claimed all the deer. And so now we're going to send y'all, we're going to reset the time and put y'all back in that place so y'all can be more appreciative of these privileges and gifts that we're giving you, these crumbs from under the table. Y'all don't like crumbs no more? Okay. Well, how about not eating at all? Okay? Because y'all ain't going to go back to your most high God, your power. We made you think we killed him. We painted him white. We made a Caucasian out of your God, made a devil out of him, the image of the beast, y'all, and we made y'all worship this image of the beast that we gave y'all. If y'all don't, then y'all gotta die. So this is what these people are saying. I'm not gonna hold you much longer. I found out how to screen record and commentate, so I can lay here in the bed and you never know it. I can, and just look at all the stories and give you my commentary on them. Okay? So let's listen to a little more. We're just going to say shalom. Fair use, okay? This is fair use. This is educating. We were educating the world on what the Babylon leaders, what the princes of this world is doing in their last hour. This is their last stand right here. We looking at Custer falling again. History repeating itself. They're falling again. Okay.
But it's not being well run, to be honest, and they're not doing the job. A lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help in settling them. We never seem to get help. That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations. And again, it's got
you know what he's saying? They instead of helping, their purpose for you aligning with them was to help them keep the charade going. But the world has come out and said, no, we're not going to help you keep the charade going because you want to rule over us the same way you're ruling over them. And one man can get in and do all this damage to the earth. That's what it's talking about, the Antichrist. Because that office, one seat in this government can do all of this stuff to the world. There's many have sit in this seat. There's many Antichrists, but there's one seat. And any man that sits in that seat, you got to respect him as God, else he has the power to destroy your world. He made the earth to tremble. The bearer of light, the false light, is all coming. They've been revealed. Most people on the earth, even the little children, can tell you who the devil is and what color Jesus is, the people of God. They can tell you now. So they're trying to reset it. They're trying to reset back to the world, the people, and the subjects being slaves under this seat right here.
Potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it. But
you know what he's saying?
You got to get there.
Based on their potential, they're gonna go along with it. In other words, this saying these tariffs, saying we're gonna stick with y'all, but we ain't gonna give you the finances that we was giving you, and hopefully y'all have the potential to be followers and be our allies, and to hate God and his chosen people. Y'all have the potential to hate them, but right now y'all kind of like gotta change your heart. We don't know, but we're gonna wait and see if your heart change back to wickedness again, so we can continue to rule the earth. Talking to all his Edomites allies. We gotta continue to rule over these people, and we're gonna stop Babylon's from falling. No, you're not.
Back together.
We're going to hold on until they can get back together, right?
What would they need to do, sir, to get their act together?
Well, you got to be fair to countries that deserve fairness. They have some countries, as you know, that are outliers, that are very bad, and they're being almost preferred as countries to those that do their job and are doing a good job.
You know what he's saying? He's talking about us, countries. He's talking about the northern and the southern kingdom. He said that country, he couldn't tell you who the country was that was doing bad, because everybody's been on the United States jock. They've been jocking off of y'all. So what you mean they're doing bad? What countries? He's talking about Africa? You talking about Russia? No, Russia. The only reason Russia put those pictures up, went in their archives and unlocked the vaults and pull those pictures out of the true history is because they were trying to start civil race wars in this country. That's the only reason they woke us up, some of us up. Some of us didn't even see the damn pictures. Not the damn pictures. The pictures are not damn, but I guess right now they are. But God opened that vault up to show who we are, to reveal who they are, okay? To start a race war. For we can start what they call it, combustion, internal combustion, burst of on fire, set on fire, exploding from the inside out. Start us to deteriorate from the inside out, okay? That's why Russia and the rest of these countries are not going along with America. Because they know America is using countries for proxy. They're letting other countries, they some slick devils, man. They're letting other countries do the fighting, right? They're letting other countries do the fighting for them. They'll destroy your country and put you to war against another world power like China or Russia. They'll let the little countries, they'll say, stand over there and let us come, set that country up and set the dignitaries up so they can come and put embassies in those countries and monitor the rest of the world from all over the world. They own many waters in that sense too. In the sense that they can monitor all their allies from the inside. They can watch you real close and see how powerful you're getting. And when you get too powerful or you get too influential, then they'll dismantle you and set somebody else up at a lower stature than them. They are the base men on the earth, so they looking for the people with the snagger-tooth rednecks that'll do anything you tell them to do. That's who runs the government best. Because that one seat has to be able to govern all the rest of the seats under him. So, but the problem with the Edomites, individually, they want that one seat. So if they can't have that seat, then they'll make the seat they're in rise above that seat by influencing their people that voted them in, influence them and educating them, and like the devil went to Eve and said, you can have the power that God got. You ain't got to be under him and Adam. And that's all they do. The devil don't have any new tricks. He go around and stir up discord amongst the peace.
And they have to they're going to end up losing a lot of countries. They're going to end up losing their credibility like other organizations, and then they're going to be nothing. The potential of the United Nations, and not everybody agrees with me on this, the potential of the United Nations is fantastic if properly run. So we'll see what happens.
So he's talking about the United Nations, that they're going to lose their credibility. In other words, they're not going to have respect from China and Russia and the other. They're not going to be sitting next to the United States running the world. They're saying they're going to lose. No, they're going to lose their credibility if they keep hanging with you while you falling. Babylon is falling, so if they hang on to you, that's when they lose. That's why they joining Brexit and joining over there. They're uniting because the people on that land is going to destroy the people on this land. That's Bible prophecy, and you know it. They're going to be the last ones standing. China's going to, when we release our nukes, they're going to get through over there. They're going to destroy a lot of countries, a lot of land, a lot of grounds. But when in 1 hour, they're going to destroy everything over here. Russia's going to be the only nation standing in power when Christ comes back. After the smoke clears down a little bit, China going to be dismantled. Arabs, y'all going to be dismantled. Some parts of Africa. Everybody has that big nuke weapon system over there. They're going to be just about taken all the way out except for Russia. right? That's Bible prophecy. Now, let's see what we have.
How much money are you willing to take away from them?
Well, we're taking away a little bit, but we're not looking to take away money. This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us. But, and it shouldn't be. It should be funded by everybody. But we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be.
Do you hear what they're saying? They're saying those allies that they're dependent on it, they can't support themselves. They cannot support themselves. And he's talking in many ways. Fighting, they can't fight for themselves. They can give them so many weapons, but they're not going to train them better than the United States soldiers are trained. And none of these allies care to be either. Let me tell you something. They don't care to be war machines like the United States. The United States has the football. They can destroy all the lands over here on the earth and send them back into the Stone Age where they have to start rebuilding again. They won't, they won't have a life. So nobody's going to want to go down to the Stone Age and all they got is these weapons left. They got weapons, but they don't have civilization. Civilization's gone. What good is a life without civilization? So nobody wants to be moved back to the Stone Age, and America don't either. That's why they're not going to nuke their own country over here. That's why it's going to be civil war, and they already know the Bible, and they know we know it too. Judah is the bow bending, and God is going to launch out Ephraim, their bastard children, and the wheat who wants to be their bastard children. He's going to launch them out to destroy this government over here. That's why they're moving everybody out of here that they have done harm to, except for the people who they know are totally for white supremacy. You can't have a drop of black blood in you when they all got black blood in them. But, I'm going to have to stop that screen notification. I'll stop that. If this video take and upload on YouTube pretty good this way, then I can get more done. I can do this anywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead. That's like they like he just said, we're not going to take much funding from them. In other words, this is just a show. This is just a show. I guess who are they trying to convince that they are for Americans? They're for the people here, not because you know what Joe Biden did. I think, that's what he's doing. He's counteracting what Joe Biden did, because it only matters to what he's doing, and it only matters to other white people, so-called white people, because they're homeless in the streets, white people and everything. They're homeless and they're dumb and they're toothless wonders, and their children know it. They know they've stolen everything that makes society great. They stole it from the people who they say are savages, naked savages. They were the naked dogs and savages, stinking and full of diseases, hairy like beasts. They are the people. They are those people. So we were their come up. We were their come up. They came up when they imitated us and stole what we had. You think they came over here and cleared out forests and dug up tree stumps and and gathered the best places near the waters and the rivers? No, that was already done. They came and just sat down in our seats. Okay, so all praises to the Most High. We're going to end this video, and we hope you guys continue to watch, like, and share, because you guys haven't been doing that, and a lot of you people are scared to come on this channel and look and leave messages because you're afraid that your group, IUIC or ISUPK, is going to chastise you for listening to somebody else. That's crazy, man. But God is fixing it to where y'all can hear. And then there's a lot of the other smaller groups that come and get the revelation knowledge. You know, they already getting it, but they just, you know, they're young and they don't want to be wrong. So they got to hear some elder say it before they can, and, you know, get the wisdom of it. They got to see it. Because IUIC and ISUPK is not, they're not giving you the wisdom on the virgin birth or claiming your own jurisdiction, your sovereignty, and leaving America, leaving these Edomites alone and trusting God to be your power again and gather up, despite of them saying they're going to kill you. A lot of young people love their life, so they're not going to endorse or gravitate to what I'm teaching and what the Bible's teaching about love, not your life. Resist the devil. How you going to resist the devil? You got to resist his laws and his will for your life. You got to embrace the will that God has for your life. And that's hard for young people to do, man. We know it. So, all praise to the Most High, and we hope you guys have a good day. Amen.